teddy bears sitting across from my bed moved. I'd been sleeping next to it for 10 months. And tonight, it had a face. A human face. My name is Amelia. 3 months ago, I was homeless. A stranger offered me a free house. The only catch? A set of rules. Never enter the dining room. Lock your bedroom door every night. Don't look at the shadows. I thought he was insane. I should have listened. Let me back up. I'd spent 10 years on the streets. 10 years of cold concrete, hunger, and fear. When a man named Mark approached me in that alleyway, I expected the worst. But he wasn't like the others. He was clean, well-dressed, nervous. "How would you like to get off the street?" he asked. I almost said no. But when you've been invisible for a decade, you stop questioning miracles, even when they come with conditions. An hour later, Mark handed me a contract at a coffee shop. "Rosewood House," he said. "It's yours, free. I'll cover utilities, groceries, everything." I read the conditions. You will not enter the dining room. You will vacate the property if you see the dining room door standing open. You will lock yourself in your bedroom while you sleep. You will not look at the sources of anomalous shadows. Anomalous shadows. I should have put the pen down right there. But I signed it anyway, because I was desperate. That same afternoon, Mark drove me to the house. The moment I saw it, every instinct in my body screamed, "Run." Rosewood House sat at the end of a cul-de-sac, a full story taller than its neighbors. Victorian, red brick, gray roofs, and the shadow it cast. It wasn't just a shadow, it felt alive. Mark wouldn't even walk me to the front door. He stopped at the edge of the driveway, handed me the keys, and backed away like the house might reach out and grab him. "Good luck," he muttered. Then he was gone. I was alone. That first night was quiet. Too quiet. The house had a grand lobby, hardwood floors, a staircase leading upstairs, and on the left, a closed door. The dining room. I walked past it, up the stairs, into the bedroom. That's when I saw them. 12 teddy bears. Massive, human-sized, propped against the far wall. Some wore clothes, little jackets, hats, shoes. One wore a blue woolly jumper. I told myself they were just decorations. Creepy, sure, but harmless. I locked the door, climbed into bed, and fell asleep. For 10 months, nothing happened. Mark delivered groceries every week. I enrolled in university, started rebuilding my life. The shadows on the walls? I ignored them. The way they stretched from the dining room, long and wrong, with shapes that didn't match anything in the house. I told myself it was my depression. I told myself I was safe. I was wrong. It was December. Just past 1 in the morning. I woke up suddenly. My eyes were already locked on my bedroom door. It was open. I always locked that door. My chest tightened. I threw off the covers and crept forward, every step making the floorboards groan. I stepped onto the landing, and that's when I saw it. The dining room door, wide open. I heard crying. A child's voice, soft, broken, coming from the darkness below. "You need to run." Every rational part of me screamed to bolt, but something pulled me forward. I descended the stairs, one step at a time. The crying grew louder. I reached the bottom step, and then I saw him. A little boy, standing in the shadows. 8 years old, maybe. Blue woolly jumper, gray joggers. His face. Oh God, his face. Blood caked his cheeks, dried and fresh. Tears streaked through the filth. But it wasn't the blood that froze me, it was the stuffing. Cotton and fabric jammed into his face. filling gaps where flesh had rotted away. I could see bone, exposed skull, empty eye sockets. He smiled. Not a child's smile. Something else was smiling through him. "You need to run," he whispered again. Then his expression twisted. "You need to run from me." He lunged. The corpse moved like an insect, scuttling across the floor on all fours. Too fast. Jagged fingernails tore into my back. I screamed, spun, grabbed the front door handle and yanked. The thing flew off me as the door swung open. I ran. I didn't look back. I didn't stop running until I reached Mark's house, pounding on his door until my fists bled. He opened it. I collapsed into his arms, sobbing. "That thing," I gasped. "That boy." "Richard," Mark said quietly. "That was Richard. He's been dead for 5 years. The shadow in that house, it wears people, like clothes." I stared at him. "You knew?" He nodded. "It took my son, Nathan. He went missing 2 years ago. The shadow keeps him alive just to torment me." "Then why did you—" "Because it won't let me inside." But it needed someone new, someone to feed on. I felt sick. Mark let me stay the night. But before I fell asleep, I asked one last question. "How many teddy bears were in that bedroom when I moved in?" He frowned. "Teddy bears?" "There weren't any." My blood went cold, because I'd been sleeping across from 12 teddy bears for 10 months, and one of them was wearing a blue woolly jumper. They were never there. The shadow made me see them from the very first night. And Richard had been watching me sleep for 10 months, waiting for the moment I'd finally break the rules.